Welcome back to my channel. My name is Leshondre and we are doing another portrait. I decided to do Chadwick Boseman today. I love him and I love his work, and I thought it'd be nice to try to capture a male portrait today. I always typically do female. Um, and so you're gonna kind of see me kind of map out like the proportions of it, and then also you get to see me paint. I'm going to be using watercolor today. And if you like my artwork and you want to see more of my work, I do post pretty regular on Instagram. The tag is at the bottom left corner at leshondre. And you probably already know what I'm going to ask, but if you like this video and you want to see more videos by me, also please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. I have a lot more stuff to show, and I'm excited. Starting to get the shapes of his brows, and they're not like both like they don't go like straight across. At least it doesn't look like that to me. And then I'm gonna go and his nose, and I typically I draw like a round circle for like the bow nose, because the top of our nose are usually pretty round, and it kind of helps me find the shape a little bit better. And you'll see me use like a round circle for my noses a lot. It makes it easier for me. So when I start doing a portrait, I typically, when I start, I try to use a lot of straight lines, especially for usually men, because men typically have like very angular faces, where women's faces kind of seem a little round. And that's not always the case. Like there's a lot of women that have like really nice bone structure and their faces are pretty angular too. But I typically use a lot of straight lines and then kind of go back around and then round them out. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of come in here and block in my eye. Okay, and between your eyes, like to kind of space them out, like you want to measure like the eye, and then you want that same length of that eye to be the same between the eyes. So like the bridge of your nose, it should be the same width as your eye. If it's not the same, then it's probably off a little bit. But then again, everybody's faces are different, so some people's might even be smaller, some people might be bigger. It just kind of depends, and you kind of have to work it out and kind of figure out those proportions. But you typically are like average, it is about eye width. And if you guys would like for me to like talk more about proportions, and like kind of like slow it down and show you like what I'm, I guess, trying to say, but you can't like I'm not displaying it like slow, I'm just kind of going at it, I can do that. Just leave me a comment and then I will get that to you guys. And you can see I kind of erased the eye a couple times because I'm getting really frustrated. Like, it's not right. Why is it not right? Eyes are not all the same. Like, even just because one eye looks one way on the other side doesn't mean it's gonna look the same on the opposite side. That's not usually common, but I mean, again, it happens. I think those people that have more symmetrical faces are a lot harder to draw, because then everything has to be kind of aligned, and it's like, it's not right. Also, like another way to know where your eyes, like the tear ducts start, which is like the corner of the eye. If you measure from like where your nose, the width of your nose starts, and you draw a line up, that's kind of where teardrop that's kind of where your tear ducts should start, or it might be like a little past that, just a little bit. And you notice that I keep kind of going back and forth and changing things because I don't get it right the first time. And I teach art like at a middle school, and my kids all the time like get very frustrated with themselves and very aggravated when they don't get it right, and they want to give up, or they just do something else, and they're like, it's not right. And like, don't get upset at yourself, don't get frustrated. It takes time and practice, and even with time practice, I feel like you still get it wrong. It's part of the art process. Like, we're learning and making decisions and problem solving as we go. Like, we're looking back and adjusting, and that's kind of the whole process. And it's aggravating, but there's something also therapeutic about it. I'm sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm working on his turtleneck, but like, I was drawing really lightly, and so it's kind of hard to see it. So I kind of zoomed in so you guys were able to kind of see what was happening. And right here, I'm kind of like mapping out like areas that I feel like it's gonna be like a darker spot or like a lighter spot, just so I know where I want to be dark and what I want to be light. Well, not what I want, but how I see it. Like, when I look at the picture, I look at a picture and it's like, okay, this area is dark. So I'll map it out and like just draw like shapes to kind of point at where it's going to be the dark area, where it's going to be the light area at. Okay, so I zoomed it out. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting it, and I went with a green color for the undertone, because um I just wanted to kind of try something a little different. I feel like maybe it might be a little bit more interesting for it to have like this other undertone color. And right away after I did, I feel like this is a mistake. I shouldn't have did that. It looked awful. What was I thinking? But I just didn't want it to be like a light brown color. And then after I have it, I kind of go ahead and put like another color on top of that, and I think I used like a sepia or something like that, or maybe like a burnt sienna. I think it might have been burnt sienna actually. And then I use a umber color as well. And as I start working, I'm starting to like see it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of working. It kind of looks good. Unfortunately, I skipped the piece, you guys, and I'm sorry. My thing stopped recording, but as you can see, I kind of actually like the green, how it turned out. And then we're just gonna go in and I'm gonna do like I'm doing this, I think it's like a Prussian blue, which I actually like. I love using that one for like my shadows and stuff, because just gives you this really nice dark color that I really like. You know how you're eating something and it's really good, and you kind of start dancing. That's how I kind of start feeling when my artwork starts coming together, and I was like, "Ooh, I like it. It looks good." And so I got kind of go into like a little bit of a dance, like, "Ooh, yeah, she did that. Okay." Like, that eye is giving me so much life right now. Yes. Okay, so I just kind of blocked in where his beard and his like mustache is at, and then I kind of did a wet on wet process. And wet on wet basically is when you have a wet surface and you adding wet paint to it. And it kind of helps give that little splotch of a color, and I kind of like that texture. All right, you guys, so this is the final piece. Just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking out with me, watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, check out my other videos, leave a comment if you have any questions. I love you guys. Have a great Sunday.